Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Last video I have explained you about the foreign exchange market, the meaning of foreign exchange market, who are the participants in foreign exchange market, and what is the structure of foreign exchange market in India. These are the things I have already explained in the last video, and this video is very short video. In this video I'm going to explain the keywords and the currency codes of different countries. So these two topics I'm going to cover so that you can be geared up, you can understand the problems in the coming videos. So before proceeding ahead, take the screenshot of the points which I have written, then I'll explain. So if you have not watched the first video, I suggest you go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject International Finance, select the topic of the first video, Financial Market, Foreign Exchange Market. Watch the video, be perfect about the concept, you can understand the keywords now. Now keywords and ISO codes. The first of all keywords, the spot market. These keywords frequently we come across in the coming videos in the problem. So you should be acquainted with the meaning of these keywords. Spot market. It is the market where transactions are conducted for the spot delivery. That means on the spot, at the same time, the buyer and seller are completing their transaction. The transaction is completed on the spot and delivery will take place within 2 days, and after 2 days the spot contract is closed. That means delivery is completed in 2 days. The transaction is finished on the same date, spot date. For example, if the transaction is conducted on Monday, the next 2 days, that means Tuesday and Wednesday, the transaction will be completed. It is called spot market. Then second one is direct quotation. Quotation means price. We have to express the price of one currency with another currency. Example, in India, the currency is Indian rupees, INR, whereas the currency of US is USD, US dollar. Now the quotation is rupees 80 per dollar. Suppose, imagine, rupees 80 per dollar. This is the quotation for USD in terms of rupees. So we have two types of quotations called a direct quotation and indirect quotation. Direct quotation means number of units of home currency for 1 unit of foreign currency. Example, in India, the home currency is INR. So how many INRs we required for $1? The foreign currency is US dollar. So $1 is equal to how many rupees? So in India we can write the quotation rupees 80 per USD. This is called direct quotation in India, right? Now indirect quotation. The number of units of home currency number of units of foreign currency for 1 unit of home currency. It is exactly opposite. In direct quotation, number of units of home currency for 1 unit of foreign currency. Indirect quotation, number of units of foreign currency for 1 unit of home currency. Example, how much a dollar is equal to 1 rupee, 1 INR. So how much a dollar is equal to 1 INR, that is called indirect quotation. Example, 1 divided by 80. Direct quotation, 80 rupees per dollar. If we want indirect quotation, 1 divided by 80, you will get 0.0125. In other words, the indirect quotation in India is $0.0125 per Indian rupee, per INR. This is called indirect quotation. Now next is bid price and ask price. In foreign exchange quotations, we have two prices, bid price and ask price. The bid price is the buying price by the foreign exchange dealer. The foreign exchange dealer will buy the foreign currency and also sells the foreign currency. When it buys the foreign currency, it will use bid price. When it sells the foreign currency, it will use ask price. So simply bid price is the buying price and ask price is the selling price of the foreign currency by the foreign exchange dealer. That's it. Next is spread. The difference between the bid price and ask price is called spread. Example, the bid price is 80 rupees per dollar and the ask price is 85 rupees per dollar. Difference 85 minus 80, 5 rupees is the spread. Normally every time the ask price will be higher than the bid price because he will sell the dollars at 85. He will buy the dollar at 80. Normally buying rate is lower, selling rate is higher. The ask price will be more, bid price will be less. The spread is equal to ask price minus bid price. It is the profit of the exchange dealer. And also we can call it as cost of transaction. We can call it as cost of transaction. Next is forward discount. This is very important, little bit complicated, so carefully listen. Forward discount. A foreign currency is said to be selling at a forward discount when the forward price of the currency is lower than in terms of domestic currency than its spot rate. Forward discount means the forward currency rate is lower. It is lower than the present spot rate. Example, suppose the present spot rate is 80 rupees per dollar. Now 80 rupees per dollar. Now the forward rate is 70 rupees per dollar. 70 rupees per dollar is the forward rate. Spot rate is 80 rupees per dollar. So in other words, we can say the dollar is going at forward discount because the forward rate is lower than the spot rate. The foreign currency is going at a discount, right? When foreign currency goes at discount, the home currency will go at a premium. The home currency, that is Indian rupee, will go at premium. Example, when 80 rupees spot rate, forward rate is 70 rupees. Now, it means that Indian rupee is going at a premium. Dollar is going at a discount, so Indian rupee is going at a premium. So here forward rate is lower. The forward rate is lower, whereas it is quoted a higher price per unit of domestic currency. Domestic currency has become stronger. That is the meaning of forward discount. The exactly opposite is forward premium. Forward premium. When the forward price is more than the spot price. The spot price is 80 rupees per dollar, whereas forward price is 85 rupees per dollar. That means the foreign currency is going at a premium. The forward rate is higher than the spot rate. Here, a foreign currency is said to be selling at a forward premium when its forward price in terms of domestic currency is higher than the spot price. Compare the spot price with the forward price. If the forward price is higher, that foreign currency is going at a premium. If the forward price is lower, then foreign currency is going at a discount. That's it. Now, arbitrage transaction. Arbitrage is the act or the process of buying in one market and selling it in another market, where the prices in two different markets are different. It is not a common, it is uncommon that all the markets will have the same prices. Different markets will have different prices. The arbitrager is the person who take the advantage of this differential in prices. He will buy in one market and sell it in another market. That act is called arbitrage, right? Now, currency also same thing. Just like goods, currency is also one of the good. Buying the currency in one market, selling the same currency in another market at a higher price. That is called arbitrage activity. So these are the keywords you have to remember while doing the problem. We will come across all these concepts regarding spot rate, forward discount, spot discount, spread, a direct quotation, indirect quotation. All these things will come when we do the problem. Now ISO, International Standard Organization. This ISO has given 3-letter word for all the currencies. So we can use the full name of the currency or we can use the ISO code. So in most of the problems, we will come across the code. So you must know, by seeing the code, you must know to which country it belongs and what is the name of the currency. So in the three alphabet symbol, in 3 alphabets, it denotes the country's name and the currency's name. So ISO has developed 3-letter codes for all the currencies which abbreviate the name of the country as well as the currency. The name of the country and currency are depicted in the 3-letter word. These codes are used by the SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. There's a full form of SWIFT, and SWIFT network will facilitate the transactions between different countries in different currencies. So this SWIFT society will make use these codes, and depending upon the context, we will use either the full name of the currency such as US dollar, Swiss franc or pound sterling, etc., or the ISO code. We have to see the problem. If in the problem it is given full name of the currency, we can use full name, or otherwise in some problem they will use SWIFT code, that's ISO code. So we can use this ISO code. So given below are the codes for selected currencies which are frequently used. So we cannot give the complete list of whole world countries' currencies. So only few currencies I am showing here. These codes you have to remember. So by seeing the 3-letter code, you must immediately understand to which country it belongs and what is the name of the currency. Example, USD. This is the code for US dollar. Then GBP, Great Britain pound. This is the British currency pound, British pound. JPY, Japanese yen. So CAD, Canadian dollar. Then SEK, that is Swedish kroner, Sweden. Then DKK, Danish kroner. Then INR, we already know it is our currency, Indian rupee. EUR, euro. Then IEP, Irish pound. Then CHF, Swiss franc. AUD, Australian dollar. Then MEP, Mexican peso. NZD, New Zealand dollar. SAR, Saudi Riyal. We will frequently use the symbol also. This is the symbol for dollar. This is pound. This is Japanese yen. And this is Indian rupee to designate the currencies. So this video is a very short video I have prepared just to make you understand the key words which are going to be used in this unit and also the ISO codes for different currencies. So inshallah we'll continue the next topic in the next video.